Hey y'all. So let's talk about what's missing. Can I tell you a secret? For most of my life, I felt like something was missing. I couldn't always put my finger on it. Sometimes it showed up as anxiety, other times as restlessness, or this deep ache that there was something more to life. But I couldn't figure out what it was. Maybe you felt it too. That quiet voice inside whispering, there's gotta be more than this. This is the story of how I finally found what was missing and how it changed everything for me. And if my story resonates with yours, maybe it can change things for you too. Growing up, I was always in trouble. I grew up in a world where speaking your mind was dangerous. I always seemed to get in trouble for trying to say what I was thinking. I can't tell you how many times I heard, "Who do you think you are?" Or my dad's voice ringing out frustrated, "Why can't you just be normal?" It wasn't that I was trying to cause problems. I just couldn't help it. Even as a little girl, I felt things deeply. I noticed things others didn't. And if something seemed unfair or didn't make sense, I asked questions. But in my family, and in the world I was raised in, questions weren't welcome. Feelings weren't welcome. Opinions definitely weren't welcome, especially from a girl. So I learned to swallow my words, to stay quiet, to be polite and agreeable. But the truth was, inside, I was screaming. The cracks in the facade. Life has a funny way of shaking us awake. For me, the first big crack came as a teenager, forced to make decisions no young woman should have to face. I remember standing under a Tennessee sky, feeling like my heart was shattering, crying out to God to please tell me my life still had purpose. I kept going. I got married, built a life, but inside, the ache never really left. Then my mom died. She passed away on New Year's Eve, and it split my world wide open. In her final days, she called me an angel with wings. She said Jesus told her she'd been a good girl. I'll never forget her voice that morning. It was like something holy poured through her. In that moment, I wondered, maybe my softness isn't weakness? Maybe it's my superpower. The search for meaning. After losing my mom, I gave my life back to God. Completely. I was raw, cracked open, and ready for answers. I started exploring things I'd once thought were woo-woo. Energy healing, like Reiki, meditation, hypnosis. And then I stumbled into QHHT, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. The first time I witnessed someone travel into a past life, access their higher self, and come back with clarity and healing, it blew my mind. It felt like I was finally touching the more I'd been searching for all my life. And then there's the love story. Because, of course, there's a love story. I met a man who turned my world upside down. At first, it was innocent. We were just friends. But from the moment he walked into my life, the energy between us was magnetic. I was married at the time, stable, emotionally steady. I thought my life was set. But here was this man who seemed to be a mix of protector, tempter, angel, and devil all rolled into one, who made me feel things I hadn't felt in years. He'd say things like he was sent to protect me, or that people called him El Diablo. It was enough to make my head spin. Our connection was intense, electric. It cracked me open in ways I didn't expect, and honestly, in ways I didn't always want. For months, I wrestled with guilt and confusion. How could someone show up who felt like destiny, but also threatened to burn my life to the ground? Being with him forced me to look at parts of myself I'd buried. All the old wounds, the places I'd silenced my voice, the parts of me that were still convinced I was too much. I'd find myself crying out to God, "Why would you put someone in my life who makes me feel more alive than ever, but also destroys everything I've built?" It was messy, beautiful, terrifying, but it woke me up. The cost of hiding who we are. Before all this, I lived my life trying to be what everyone else wanted me to be. The good daughter, the supportive wife, the friend who listened endlessly, the woman who didn't rock the boat. But inside, I was running on empty. I was disconnected from my own body, ignoring my intuition, constantly giving until there was nothing left. Financial stress followed me like a shadow. No matter how hard I worked, I couldn't seem to find stability. And the worst part? I felt invisible. I realized I'd been cutting off half of who I was just to make other people comfortable. It took hitting rock bottom for me to finally ask the question, who am I really? Piece by piece, I started gathering the parts of myself I'd left behind. I began listening to my gut again. I stopped apologizing for feeling things deeply. I let my creativity flow instead of bottling it up. I started speaking my truth even when my voice shook. And I realized something powerful. All those parts of me I thought were weaknesses were actually my gifts. This power I'm talking about, it shows up in my life in so many ways now. Like during my QHHT sessions, where clients uncover soul memories and come back lighter, clearer, and more whole. Or in my relationship, where I'm learning every day how to navigate passion, shadows, and unconditional love. And then in those tiny moments of magic, like hearing a song on the radio that perfectly answers the question in my heart. When I'm holding space for someone, helping them see their own beauty, even when they can't. And under the stars, when I feel my mother's presence and remember that love never dies. This power is no longer something I'm ashamed of. It's who I am. The universal truth, we all have this power. Here's what I've learned. This power isn't just for people like me. It's inside every single one of us. It's the part of you that feels empathy for a stranger, or gets chills when you hear truth spoken, or sees beauty in a sunrise, even believing in second chances. But we suppress it. We end up burnt out, disconnected, and wondering why life feels so empty. When we embrace it, we become whole. So here's some simple ways to start reconnecting. If you've ever felt like something's missing, maybe this will help. Here are some things that help me reconnect with the hidden power inside. Number 1, give yourself quiet moments. Just 5 minutes a day. No phone, no noise, just breathing. It's amazing what comes up in silence. Number 2, listen to your body. Your body knows what you need. Rest when you're tired. Move when you have energy. Eat what truly nourishes you. Number 3, feel your feelings. You're not too emotional. Your feelings are messengers. Let them talk. Number 4, create beauty. Hang a picture you love. Wear a color that makes you feel radiant. Light a candle. Beauty heals. Number 5, trust synchronicity. Life speaks to us in songs. Pay attention to the patterns. Number 6, speak your truth. Your voice matters, even if it shakes. Number 7, connect to something bigger. For me, that's God. For others, it's nature, the universe, love. It's all sacred. Why this matters now more than ever. Our world is in chaos right now. Systems that don't work anymore are falling apart. People are waking up. And the missing piece, it's this hidden power. It's the medicine we all need, because it teaches us vulnerability is strength. Compassion can change the world. Rest is sacred. Love is the real revolution. We don't have to wait for someone else to fix things. It starts with us, right here, right now. One last thing from my heart. If you take nothing else from my story, hear this. You are not too much. You're not too sensitive. You're not too emotional. You're exactly who you're supposed to be. The same force that carried me through trauma, heartbreak, and loss lives inside you. It's the voice that whispers when something feels off. It's the tears that come when a song hits your soul. It's the goosebumps you get when someone speaks truth. It's God whispering, "You were born to bring light into this world, not by being perfect, but by being real, by being you." My story isn't over. I'm still learning, still healing, still loving fiercely. But I know this: the hidden power inside me is the same power inside you. And when we awaken it, we awaken the world. Thank you for letting me share my heart with you. May you always remember you are sacred, you are enough, and you are so very loved.